when he came back from the Newport Folk Festival in 1964, he went there as a last-minute replacement on guitar, and he had expected, like the other musicians, to be laughed off stage, and instead they got a standing ovation for playing what everybody around here was called nothing but chanky-chank.
He saw all these other traditionalist musicians enjoying and sharing their cultures with so many thousands of other fans at that festival. He said he realized then that all Cajuns should really cherish their Cajun heritage. So he came back really pumped up, and he has really been, I would say, the #1 Cajun ambassador for us. Made us realize what we had. When he went up to Newport and came back, and he told everybody, he said, "You've got something over here." He said, instead of playing it on the back porch, we're going to start playing it on the front porch and tell everybody what Cajun music is all about. And to me, that revived the whole Cajun music and also the culture. We weren't ashamed anymore to speak French.
When he went to go to Newport the very first time in 1964, the people around the community said, they're not bringing the best-known Cajun bands up here that play the most popular forms of electric Cajun music. They're bringing that old chenka-chenk music, Dewey called it. And they're bringing that just to make fun of you guys. And if you go up there, you're going to be embarrassed. And so many people said that to Dewey that he began to wonder. But he had a conviction that overcame any of the possible comments that he could have gotten around home. And he just came up there. And he got up and played with a group of musicians from the region. And after the first song, 15,000 people got up and hollered and screamed and clapped their hands and roared for more. And Dewey said, when he heard that applause, he was confirmed in knowing that he was absolutely right. He said the tears just poured down his face.
During the mid-'80s, Dewey seemed to be worrying at that point about what was happening with his music and the music coming from his family. And he wasn't sure. At that point, he was saying, you know, someday when I do go on, whether my music will be carried by another generation. And one night, I had happened to come down here, and Friday night, always at the beginning of the night, we'd go to Mulat's because Dewey played every Friday. And we sat through the first set, and it was a great night. But during the break, I went up to the bar and was standing there with my back turned to the stage. And the music began again. And the person I was with, I heard it and it sounded great. And I turned to that person, I said, I tell you, Dewey sounds wonderful tonight. I mean, he's really right on. And all of a sudden, somebody tapped me on the shoulder, and I turned around, and Dewey was standing right there with this big grin on his face. And as we looked back to the stage, Steve Riley and Peter Schwartz were there playing twin fiddle. And Dewey just had this gleam in his eye and said, you know, those years that I was worried, he says, I don't have to worry anymore.
In 1986, the CFMA was going to give Dad an award. And since Dad and Christine were on a trip, they called me and asked me to write a little bit about Daddy. And this is what I wrote. What sets him apart from many others is the fact that he had a vision, a mission, a dream. He was going to take his music and his culture and present it to the world, and in doing so, presented himself. His music and his person are the same. There is no place where one ends and the other begins. He is his music. He is his culture. His music made him and his family different. The great music he was handed down from his father was to take him and his brothers farther than they ever dreamed. He played for presidents, played for the Olympics, got a Grammy nomination, was in 2 movies, toured the US and abroad, taught in universities, and has received many awards and honors as he's receiving tonight. These things and many more he did in his spare time. He was a husband, a father to 5 children, and a friend to many. During these years, he farmed, drove a bread truck, sold cars, sold insurance for 27.5 years. He made me add the half. Had a radio program for 15 years, owned and operated a furniture store with his wife. In his life, there was much happiness, but also much tragedy. He lost his only son, his brothers and sisters since this was written. 2 of his brothers were his right arm in music, and then only a year later, his beloved wife. These things may have stopped most people in their tracks. Though he may have slowed down for a while, he always came back to his dream, and each time with more conviction and more fervor. These things, it is said, has made some call him a great in Cajun music, and others call him an ambassador to his culture, and many call him a master Cajun fiddler. As for me, I simply call him Daddy. My daddy is Dewey Balfa. I love you, Daddy. We love you.
He has left us a wonderful legacy. And Dewey, if you're listening in the hospital room, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything. And all the years of unselfish gifts. And I thank his family for putting up with us for all those years and doing without because he felt like he had something important to do. I just want you to know it was important. Thank you. Thank you all.